What's up, everybody? Welcome to Budget Podcasting with Clay and Kevin. I'm Kevin.
And that leaves me to be Clay.
How's it going, everybody? All right. This week's podcast, we are focusing on cameras and not totally specifically webcams, but definitely not like Sony's or
It's budget.
It's budget. Yeah. We're budget here, so we don't have the money for a Sony. We don't have this money for a Nikon. We are talking
Canon,
webcams and
Nikon.
cameras.
Everybody's on that Sony ZV-10 now, so that would be the one that we just can't do that. We're not there yet. And honestly, when I am there, I don't know if I'm going to be there because I'm kind of happy with a lot of the options that I have now.
I am too. Like I've really been enjoying my current webcam. I am also I enjoyed my previous webcam until I got this one. So it's been like a progression. Like I enjoyed what I had at the time, and then I like the next step. It's an evolution, and that's where you should start when your budget when oh my God, words are hard. That should be. Yeah. Scat. We got obscure mics in here. So I should just have scatted
he
when I messed up.
Us.
Yeah. Dooba deeba dabba deeba dabba deeba dabba. No, I've enjoyed the progression. And when you start out podcasting and you're on a budget, that's what you do. You start out low and then you gradually bring in more equipment, a little higher end when you can afford it. But you got to start somewhere. And we're not starting floor, but we're not starting sub layer of the floor. We're going to start on the carpet is where we're going to start. Yeah, we're not going to go subfloor.
Shag carpet or like low pile.
Hey man, if you want it to be shaggy, it can be shaggy.
I want it to be shaggy.
There you go. All right, so you are on a webcam right now as well.
I am.
What webcam are you on, and would this be your suggestion?
It's definitely a suggestion. It's not my favorite. Price-wise, budget-wise, it's $47 on Amazon. And this is the Anker Power Conference 200, and it does have the capability of being 2K. You can adjust all the color, like color, saturation, sharpness. It's got auto white balance, auto focus. You can adjust the angle, how wide you want it. It's got a lot of features for $47. I think I actually paid $49.
Oh, so it's on sale right now for $2 off from what Clay got it from. Yeah. Very cool. I do believe this was my first webcam that I ever bought was the Logitech C20, or at least one that looked very similar to it. This is a HD webcam. It can operate at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And it's only $60. This is a good starter webcam, and all of these offerings that we are showing you are going to be better than your built-in webcams or anything that's built into your laptop or your monitor or anything of that nature. So anything that we're showing you is something that's a step above the basic baseline. Mm-hmm. So that is what we are doing here today. We are trying to teach, and there's not a damn thing wrong with this stream footage, Anchor is good enough. Yeah, the Anchor is really, really good. I
No,
mean,
it's not. It's not. It impressed me. I thought, I'm just going to call it $50 because I think it was $49 when I bought it. And my thought process was, I'm going to get a $50 camera, and it's not that
mhm.
bad. See, now right now I'm starting to lose focus. That's the only thing I don't like is it bounces back and forth between whether I want to use the autofocus or whether I don't want to use it.
Right. And my next camera that I want to show, because this was my previous camera. This was the camera. I actually have a video on the comparison out now between this camera and my current camera is the Elgato Facecam MK2. This is a $150 webcam. However, I I can suggest it. I love the software that comes with this camera. The Elgato software is freaking amazing. However, there's a few things that I don't like about this web camera. It does a really bad smoothing effect to get rid of video noise that I'm not
It
enjoying. I
almost
haven't been
looks
enjoying.
when I saw your comparison, it almost reminded me of like the beautify filters in Snapchat and on your
Yeah,
cameras. A lot of Android phones have a high beautify mode, and it's like too much.
agreed. And when I'm talking about this camera, like the color accuracy on the Elgato Facecam is amazing. Like it was almost true to life. The colors were very, very accurate. However, I just couldn't get past a lot of that video noise that it gave
No,
me.
like you're
And
the looking at it was what did I tell you, that it looked comfortable on the eyes, but
yeah,
looking at your other option, I could see more detail like in your beard. The as Bark put it, the glorious beards. You gotta see the detail in the beards.
maybe we should change the name to Bearded Budget Podcasting with Clay and Kevin.
Yeah.
Beards and podcasting, man. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We have a couple of people jumping in the chat. Brooke and Brandon, Eric Capolo. I seen Lonnie Sanchez. Thank you guys for joining. It's I enjoy having you here.
We'll go ahead and
Um,
say hi to a couple of them,
mhm,
I guess.
yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Chris. How you doing, man? He said good evening. I just wanted to make
and
sure. And Eric,
of course Bart for
of
sure.
course,
Thank
Bark.
you for joining.
Thank you for the lovely beard compliment there.
Right, right. I mean, you got a nice little stubble beard going,
Wait,
man.
wait, just
Yeah.
wait. I do Santa Claus every Christmas in town. Like everybody in town knows me. I'm on the radio station. I'll grow it out. It's not going to be as long as yours, but I'll grow it out a little bit longer.
Mine's actually down to here.
I can
It's
see it.
so yeah, it's transparent a little bit because of the white shirt.
Yeah.
So it'd look better if I had a black shirt on, a full black shirt. But yeah, no, man, I love the color of your beard. Anyway, getting a little off topic here. This
Yeah,
is a
we are.
budget podcasting show. The my last option that I want to show you is my current webcam, the eMeet S800. This is what this is going for right now. The eMeet SmartCam S800 is $129, and I'm really enjoying this. The software on it though is very rudimentary. It is very basic. I had to play with it a lot to get the color that you are seeing now. Um,
But it looks
definitely,
good.
I think so. I really had to play with it. I should have played with it more. Well, that might be what she had said.
No,
Um,
no.
no, I should have played with the color accuracy a little bit more before I did my full review of this webcam and the face cam. But that said, going forward, I think that this looks pretty
No, it looks
accurate,
good. Yeah.
pretty good. I do think you have another offering to show
I
though.
do have another option, and it's the option that everybody kind of already knows. I'll go ahead and switch over to it, and it is my iPhone, and you can pretty much do this. I use a Mac laptop, so
Mm-hmm.
my iPhone connects seamlessly with no wires, no nothing. It's called Continuity Camera. Once you set it up, it just knows, and this is my iPhone.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
So
crap. Wait, can you go back for just a
yeah,
second?
yeah. So this is the
Okay.
Anchor.
This is the Anchor that's $50, correct?
$50. Yes.
$50. Your iPhone is basically free if you already have an iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, I have an expensive one, and I've always done that because I use them for pictures and video to add to my collection of stuff to because I do little commercials and stuff for people. So I get the top of the line phone every 3 years.
Right.
But it's a phone that's in my pocket. It's already there.
Right.
And
Like I said, it's something that you already have that you're not buying extra for a podcast. It's something that you're
correct.
carrying. So
Correct.
it's almost a free piece of equipment because you're already going to have this.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and oh my God, go back to your webcam for a minute.
Go back to the webcam.
Oh my God,
Eh,
guys,
so
look at this.
This is like watching TV in the 80s.
Yeah,
And then this is watching TV nowadays.
I can't get over how different that the free piece of equipment looks compared to the $50.
Yeah.
That looks
I mean,
amazing.
he's like, and there's nothing. I'm not doing nothing with this. I don't do any like. Let me just double check. I'm saying that. Yeah, no, there's no. I'm not doing anything crazy with it. Because in the software you can. So like this is Studio Light. See what it does. I don't use any of these filters. I just let it do what it's going to do.
See, I like that a lot better. It puts a better shadow on your face. I like that a lot. I still can't get a good shadowy look like I want. Maybe if I
Bark,
do something like that.
The difference, if you watch this video, the difference between the Elgato, what was it? The Elgato Facecam 2?
The Elgato Facecam Mark II compared
to this thing. This thing, it's amazing.
And like I said, when I did the eMeet, when I did that video, I didn't play with the color accuracy as much as I probably should have to get a look more like this than what it showed. Like I looked a little blown out. I looked a little blown out in that video, which I kind of, it makes me want to go back and redo it, but I'm not going to. So
yeah. No, but that's another example of why maybe, like you're saying, going forward, play with them for a little bit longer. You know, then you'll know, because this looks amazing, dude. If that would have been next to, what do you say? Oh wait, Kevin's using the eMeet S800.
Yeah. I'm using the eMeet S800 as my webcam. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is a really good webcam. Like it's what I found with the Elgato when I would record. Now, YouTube compression takes out a lot of video noise, but when I'm recording, I see the video noise, and it really started to bother me after probably about 2 weeks of using it. I was trying everything to try to get the video noise out,
right?
And it just could not get it out. And eMeet sent me this webcam to review, and I put it up, and I'm like, started playing with it, and I'm like, oh wow,
yeah,
I have no more video noise.
Bring your little figurine guy up.
Oh yeah, check out
the autofocus on this thing, Bark.
Yeah, the autofocus on this thing,
amazing.
Like I bring that in,
and it's snappy,
and bring it right back out. It comes right back to me.
It's
I can do it again.
Like it's good. So that's something that my phone doesn't do. It'll focus. But no,
it takes you a minute.
Okay, I gotta block my face to do it.
Yeah, and that's something I noticed too. I didn't have to block my face totally.
No, see,
I didn't have to block my face, and it did it.
You're not blocking it at all.
Let me take it a minute here. There it goes. I may have to at one point.
Yeah, dude, it's good, and it's not expensive at all. So the eMeet's got. I noticed that there's a couple more higher tiered cameras than what you've got. Yeah,
I think so. This is their newest right now, though. The eMeet S800. That's what this one is. I'll bring up the. I'll show you the picture again real quick. eMeet SmartCam S800. Here's some of the specs. Let me make it a little bit bigger since you're kind of interested in it here. Let's see, 4K at 30 frames per second, supports HDR. It does have a 1/2-inch Sony sensor. It does have noise canceling microphones in it, which,
yeah, they're
let's face it, I wish that they would stop putting microphones in cameras. Like, just stop. Oh, I will say this though, you can't save your settings. Like, you need to take a screenshot of how you want your settings.
Oh, really? They don't stay?
They don't stay. Every time you turn on the webcam, you got to go in and put things back. So that's kind of annoying, and I wish that they would fix that. But maybe in a future software update, hopefully that they fix it. But yeah, right now, I don't like that at all.
Right.
So how are you using your phone as a webcam? What kind of equipment are you using to do that?
Okay, so there's no equipment at all. I'm just going through OBS. And the reason I go through OBS is because, I don't know, it just feels like there's more control. I use the OBS virtual camera, and then I can put, because I've got adjustments on my camera in OBS. So when it outputs from OBS into EVMux or StreamYard or any of them, it's going to output it at whatever OBS is seeing.
Okay.
So that's it. I mean, literally, the minute I open up OBS, you'll hear your phone go rung, rung, and makes this neat little noise, and it just connects automatically. No wires, no nothing, and that's it.
Just like that. Very cool.
Just like that.
See, and like I said, it's hard to believe that your phone is probably as good, if not better, than what I'm using, which is when it's regular price, $150 web camera. And you're using a free piece of equipment that is, well, I won't say free. You did have to pay for the phone, but it's something that you use every day.
It's in your pocket already. And this is a higher level phone, but the point of this show is to let people know that they can use whatever they have and they don't have to go crazy, like that's why it's budget podcasting.
Right.
So obviously if you're using a much lower grade phone, like low to mid-range phones might not be as nice as this, but they're still going to be usable and perfectly acceptable.
Definitely. And like I said, that when you went from the webcam to this, it's just night and day. Just night and day.
It is.
Free is fair because it was not bought to be a webcam.
Correct.
Yet it doubles as one. Yeah. Yep. And that's why I keep saying free, to be honest with you. So, yeah, oh my God. See, you almost look like if you was just to sit there and cross your arms like this, like I would think
like I'm a corpse.
Yeah. Yeah. You
so like, let me go ahead and okay, so when I do the autofocus, it focuses a little better. And then the auto white balance, it looks better at first, but then it'll wander. We noticed earlier, see here, I think it's starting to do it. Earlier, I put it on auto white balance, and I ended up looking like a Smurf after about 3 minutes.
My mind is blown, man. It's crazy. Like, it almost I don't have an iPhone, which I'm assuming you can use it with Android as well. But still, it's
Eric
crazy.
was saying his Google Pixel 8 Pro camera is good. The Google Pixels have like phenomenal cameras.
Yes, they do. I remember the commercials for it where they're like someone's like in a concert way back and they're using it and they're zooming in.
Yeah. And the other thing that's nice about that is that's basically a camera in your pocket that you didn't pay for it as a webcam, but you can use it as one. Yeah. And it's a good phone. The Google Pixels are like one of the best processing Androids. Those and the OnePlus phones, they all have like really good processing. But I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
Getting all nerded out.
Well, it looks like Bark wants to get into an Android Apple discussions,
He's
and
like, Android is a no.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an Android guy. I think Apple is a later version of an Android because they always seem to come out with stuff that
Do you
everybody
know what?
freaks
Do you know
out
what we are just
over.
now getting
What's that?
in the iPhones? We are just now getting with the latest software, which I haven't downloaded yet because it hasn't come out. But when we get it, we can move the apps anywhere we want on the screen
See, we've been able to do that for
for 15
years.
years. We're also getting
Oh,
this
that's what
this
it is. That's what it
what
is. Android won't connect as a webcam. He loves Androids, but they don't do that.
right. Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Androids are
only
good,
Apple.
dude. I was an Android Bark. I used to have a hoodie. It was black and it looked like Pac-Man chasing the little ghosts, except Pac-Man was the Android guy and he was chasing little apples. Because I was a diehard. I got into iPhone because they run smooth, they operate, you can cram them full of shit and they just keep on going. They're like Timex.
Yeah, I think the only thing that kept me away from Apple is because they have way too much pride. Oh my god,
Proprietary.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
word. A lot of stuff that's proprietary that why just can't you make it work with everything?
Yeah. There will, as of the iPhone 15, I think. I don't have it. I have a 13 Pro and a 14 Pro, but as of the 15, they're gonna go to Type C instead of the Lightning Bolt.
Let's see, not wirelessly though, right? And not with that success. I do think that they do have some webcam software that you can use for Android because I've looked into it. I just never really actually fully did it, so I can't really speak on how well it works.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of leaving that to Clay. Like I've looked into it. I know that they have stuff. You got to download an app on your phone, download an app on your computer, and run it through it that way for it to work. But I have never used it, so I don't know how
So
well
there
it
is a
works.
software app that works really good for
Mhm.
Androids. It's called iRuin, which
Mhm.
is weird because it sounds like you're ruining something, but it does work well. A friend of mine uses that with his Android, and it works just like this.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't. I don't think he has to use wires either. It just all goes through the app.
Well,
So
that's cool
if
then.
if that's a route that you need to go, look into iRuin. I think it's called iRuin.
Now, here's something I want to ask you. I know you've shared pictures of how you have your phone, where you have your phone. Is that a special phone mount that you had to buy for your computer to set it on
Yeah.
there?
Well, it's a phone mount that it's not special per se. It's just a phone mount for like putting on tripods or like whatever, if you want to put your phone on a stand, that's what it is. And I just connected it to a boom arm.
Okay.
I
Boom
actually
arm?
bought an adapter, a boomer. Yeah, boomer. Barks. I connected it to an adapter and hooked it right up to the InnoGear, the cheap InnoGear. I actually have it up on a shelf back behind the monitor, and I clamped it to the shelf and then just drooped it down over my monitor.
I like that. Yeah, I've really been impressed with your setup, the way you're setting things up, especially from where you started. You started in your kitchen.
In my
So
kitchen. Yeah, in my kitchen.
I love
It
it,
was funny
man.
because it didn't look like it, but in the kitchen, I needed something that was a little sound dampening. So I
Mhm.
went to Harbor Freight. I grabbed a moving blanket. It just happened to be one with the grommets and the loops on the top,
Mhm.
and I ran paracord across in the corner of the kitchen. And that thing literally was right behind me. Like if I moved my chair back, I would bump it. And nobody really noticed because I'd sit perfectly still the whole time I was recording anything so that I wouldn't run into the curtain.
If you never said anything, I don't know how many people would have actually noticed that you moved rooms because
Yeah.
it looked really good and you kind of got the same setup. Now you got that same blue light in almost the same area.
Yep.
You got the light in almost the same area. It's it looks good, man.
Yeah.
I've been really impressed with what you've done. I've liked what you've done with
Oh, you know what
your
I forgot?
unboxing area and stuff like that.
I forgot my lights.
Oh, there you go.
Bark, yes, the iPhone continuity camera. It's just there's nothing that takes the place of it as far as affordability, ease of access, or ease of use. I love it.
All right. Well, I do believe that's actually all I have for webcams. Now we can open up the floor for discussion and just any type of questions anybody may have, or just sit here and just BS for about 30
Yeah,
minutes or so.
yeah,
Yeah.
that works for me. There's just a couple here.
Yeah.
Bark, there's not a whole lot he needs to ask us. I learned a lot of what I know about mics from him. So
I did too. Like
yeah,
if you can't tell, Bark, we're a fan of what you do. So
yeah,
I personally I've never really actually spoke to you. So I'm speaking to you now through the webcam saying thank you for doing what you do. I really appreciate it.
yeah, greatly. He's got other channels too. I don't know if you watch Obscure Tech.
Hmm.
He had some other stuff. I forget what it was, but I've watched a bunch of his stuff just because when I started learning that he had other things, I'm like, I'm gonna watch those too. He was doing these videos for a while where he was in the car
Yeah.
and he would bring a mic in his car and set it
Bark
up
in the
and
park.
yeah.
Bark in the park lately.
Well, there's that
Yeah.
one too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. William May said, "Hey, there's a real person who likes Marvel." You know, Clay.
A real person.
Let's see. Obscure mics. Have you guys messed with any action cams or portable cameras? I have not.
Not yet.
I have not.
I have
yet.
2 GoPros somewhere. They're old ones, and I just don't feel like messing with them. So
I'm the same way. Like I've thought about picking up a couple or at least one off of eBay or something like that, a used one, and just seeing how that works as a webcam or something like that. But mainly, if I'm going portable, I use my phone.
one of
Yeah.
the things that I did try is before I got into all this stuff, I was trying my hand at photography, and I did a few things, couples photos, family photos, weddings, did a couple weddings, small scale. So I bought a Canon, not a professional, but like a prosumer grade, and it's a Canon T7i. And I have tried to use that as a webcam, but this is going to sound weird. It did not look as good as my phone, so I just don't even bother taking it out of the case anymore. It just stays.
Oh, very cool. Let's see.
What did he say? He bought a
DJI Action 4 today. You can plug an interface into the USB port. Just has to be powered by arteries or rechargeable. I'm guessing he meant batteries.
Yeah, artery. Well, that's how we're powered. So
I mean, arteries. That's
so a
pretty,
DJI Action 4. I'm trying to think. Is that the modular one? Is that the one that's magnetic? Bark. Excited to do my Bark in the Park.
Yeah,
with those, yeah. I think what he's talking about is like it's modular, and you can hook things up to it, and it's magnetic, so you can like
called the DJI Action
4. It might be I can't remember if it's the 4 or not, but there's what's the difference? William May, what's the difference between both of your microphones? Which is which?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I am using the F-Deuce SL40X. This is a $40 microphone. This is the XLR version only. And it does not come with this pop filter. It comes with this pop filter. I just changed pop filters because I like the color better. That is what this one is. It picks up a lot of low end range on my voice, on most people's voices. It has a lot of low end, which I kind of generally like. I lean towards that a lot.
Me too.
So that's what I go for right here. And I have been using, this was my microphone of choice, the Tank,
Yep.
the Tank 3, but this F Deuce kind of overtook it for now until I find something new, because this is my newest, so it's my
What's up,
recency
Mike?
biased. Yeah, this is my recency biased right here. So that's the difference between mine. What are you using right now, Clay?
I'm back to the one that everybody knows, the K669D. I've been using my toner a lot. I've been using the Fine K688 a lot. I went back to this because I'm working on a video where I'm comparing this to, actually here, comparing this one to the Fine K669C, and I'll go ahead and switch over to that real quick.
All right. I am but that is the difference between the mics that we are using right now. I know they look very similar, especially if Clay was to be using the pop filter that he normally has on.
Yeah, the one I normally. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you can hear a difference right away. This is the 669C. So this one is a condenser, William. This is a condenser. The 669D is a dynamic, and I believe what Kevin is using is also a dynamic.
This is dynamic. I don't have any condensers hooked up at the moment, but the difference between a condenser and a dynamic, William, if you don't know, is a dynamic you kind of need to be closer to because it is more of a directional
Right.
pickup, where a condenser you can be a little bit farther away, still pretty close, but you don't have to be so much directly on it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Mike's comment.
So this is what Bark was talking about right here.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. No, that's a good one too. I know they had just come out with a new one that was modular, and it's got like magnetic. You can mount stuff on the side of it, all around it.
So I like that. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
a really cool. That's really cool. You're going to use that for your Bark in the Park type deals? Is that why you got that?
Yeah, I
Let's
think that's what he
see.
was doing. He was looking for something that he could be a little more mobile with.
Let's see, Bark. Look what you've done. We are all Rock Black
He said the
Studio.
modular
Yeah.
one doesn't take a USB mic, so that's what he's basing it on. Is
Mm.
using a USB mic for the Bark in the Park, probably.
I like the Bark in the Park.
Bark in the Park.
Hey, at least when we're in studio, we don't have nobody messing around in bushes and like Bark had. Somebody messing around over in the bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of why I got it, and I love small things. Not what she said.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a she say that.
No. What editing platforms do you guys use to slim down your videos? I use Clipchamp. It is basically Windows Media, just an updated version of Windows Media, but it is so simple for me to use. I don't need a whole lot of editing for what I do. So that's what I use. What do you use? Clay?
I'm in Final Cut Pro.
Mhm.
I started off in Power Director on a PC, and probably my utmost favorite, aside from Final Cut, was on my iPad. I had a app that was a paid app. It was like $30 for the app, but it was called LumaFusion,
Mm.
and I made really good quality stuff with LumaFusion. And it's all, so they don't offer it for laptops or PCs because it's touchscreen based.
Okay.
So it's made specifically for iPads and your phone. But when you use it on a phone, it's really tough because the screen's so small. So
Got you.
I'm gonna switch back.
Oh no, yeah, you're fine. I do like the sound of that running through your Vocaster though.
Oh, this one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
do
doesn't
like the
sound
sound of
bad. I
Yeah.
hated it when I first bought it, and then once I hooked it up to the Vocaster, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm like, this sounds good now.
It does. It does. It don't sound as dark as the K669, which is
This one,
perfectly fine. Yeah.
yeah. No, it's quieter because the whole condenser mic thing. I guess I don't know. Mike and Bark would know. So, Bark, do you use Filmora? Yep, he says Filmora Wondershare
More
here.
Wondershare.
That
Yeah.
I used that one a couple times. I just never, I don't for whatever reason I didn't stay with it. How you doing, Steve O? I haven't talked to him in a while. It's a friend of mine.
Yeah. How's it going, Steve? Good to meet you. Level Up with Mike Newman says he uses DaVinci Resolve for his.
Yeah.
So,
Chris does as well.
there you go.
DaVinci Resolve, the free version, I also used back in the day. That's how I kind of learned how to use DaVinci Resolve is how I learned how to use Premiere Pro. And then when I got tired of paying for Premiere Pro, I switched back to the iPad using LumaFusion. Now I've got the MacBook with Final Cut built in.
Now, do you edit in your studio or do you take it down to, say, the living room and edit there and stuff like that?
If I'm at home, I'm doing everything in my studio. But
I am too.
Yeah.
If I was to go out there, I just wouldn't do it because, this is me time in here. Anytime I'm in my studio is me time.
Yep.
Anytime I walk out this door, that is family time.
Yep.
That is definitely family time.
Exactly the same. So I'm either editing in here or I'm editing at work. I'll take it to work. And if in between stuff, if I've got nothing going on, I'll go ahead and edit some stuff at work.
I work from home, so I have been known to take a break from work and come into the studio.
Mike says,
and do a
go
little
ahead.
editing. Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's like, I edit where the AC is. Yeah, me too.
That's fair. That is fair, especially coming up on summer. Ooh. It's coming up on. How is the weather where you're at? Like, I know up north it's been a pretty hot summer so far.
Yeah.
Like, was it not normal? It hasn't been a normal summer.
Well, I'm gonna say it's the hot part of summer has been dragging its feet this year.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed cooler longer, but now that it's hot, it's taken everybody by surprise. Like yesterday and today, I'm just beat. Like it's been 95 ish. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
and when you're not
in Ohio.
Yep. And when you're not used to 95, when it's been sticking around 70 to 65, 70, and then all of a sudden we're at 95, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I'm in Texas and it hasn't been that hot yet. Like we're in the low 90s, but next week is when we're starting to see that rise. We'll get that rise a little bit next week, but yeah, we've been in the low 90s for pretty much. So it's been pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
That's true, William. Hey,
yeah,
you'll always have work if you are an AC guy.
You know what I always wondered about HVAC guys, like down in Florida, like or anywhere where they have crawl spaces under the houses. I always wondered if while they were working, if they like opened up a little section so that it would cool off down there while they were working.
Well, maybe. I know the house I grew up on was actually up on blocks. Like I would have to like we would play in the backyard and a ball would be knocked under the house and we'd have to crawl halfway under the house to get it. Just from that experience, I would never want to do AC ever in any type of crawl space.
Spider webs and
yes. Oh my God. I hated that so much.
I knew
hated that so much. Oh my God. And always worried about snakes. And I never encountered one when I went underneath the house, but you always worry because it's dark and damp and you can't really see much. But
it was for me, anytime I went under like a mobile home in Florida, it was worrying about getting bit by a scorpion or finding black widows.
Yeah. Yeah, or brown
recluse.
Oh,
I didn't think of the recluses as much because I didn't have a lot of encounters with them until like I don't know, later on down the road that wasn't a big thing a long time ago.
I'm gonna tell you the ones that scared me the most that are not poisonous, at least not to humans, is the daddy long legs, the big wood spiders
Yeah.
that they get about this big and they are fast. They're fast as hell. Like those things can move. They scare the hell out of me.
Yeah. So William May said, working in crawl spaces isn't bad. It's the attics. Yeah. And even Mike said something about
Heat
the attics.
rises. Heat
Yeah,
rises.
that's true. That's very true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true. Let's see. Bark says his studio is so small he keeps it nice and crisp. Nice and crisp. I like it. Very nice.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I struggle with because I'm upstairs in this room, so heat rises. Well, we just said that, so it's hotter up here, and I have to have the AC on. But I guess everybody struggles with it because we all got an air conditioner running in the background when we're trying to record or do anything. Right. I guess nobody can hear it, but that's what you worry about.
I mean, you can hear it if we're very silent or if you're listening for it, but I mean, like I hear it because I'm listening for it now. But other than that, I got my AC going too, and I'm sure that's probably coming through as well. So it's.
Well, you've got central AC, so it's a little quieter.
Maybe, but it's still on and
this is blowing, like having a fan on in your room, like a box.
I get it.
You know, because I have a window unit.
Have a good night, Bark. Have a good night, man. Thank you for joining us for a little bit. I
appreciate the comments.
Real nice. Yeah, definitely.
Mike said a spider caused me to wreck my 1988 Trans Am.
Oh no!
I'm not wrecking a car. That thing will bite me. I'm not wrecking my car.
Depends on like if it startled you. I mean,
it reminds me of the was it Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade, where they were driving all reckless and the cop comes after him and he's like follow my lead, and they pull over. The cop pulls them over and they both get out and go, bees. So then the cop was like, oh, are you okay? And he left him alone.
That's smart.
That was Mike, except he wrecked.
Oh, let's see. All right. Does anybody have any questions for us? I got a question for everybody. Anybody that has done a podcast or is thinking about doing a podcast, or that does video conferencing, what kind of webcam do you use? What kind of recording device do you use to record your video? So I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
Other than what Mike uses, we're talking budget. I want to know what budget devices you're using, because not a Sony, 7X, whatever numbers and eyes and all numbers they are. Budget podcast.
I'm looking back. Chris said right here, iPhone XR and a Samsung Galaxy S10 is what he uses. So the Galaxy S10, that's got a nice camera on it. Yeah. Any of the Galaxies got really good cameras.
Yeah, I think was mine the 22, Galaxy 22, 24, one of those, yeah.
Ultra probably or something. That's what my wife's got. She's got the S23, I think is the S23 Ultra.
I can never remember exactly which one I have.
I don't either because it's not my phone.
Yeah. It is my phone and I don't remember which one I have. Oh. Vitade.
Yeah.
It's a Vitade.
Vitade.
Webcam. That sounds like a nice Italian dish.
Yeah.
Does that come with some meatballs?
Can I get your fresh Vitade?
The Vitade webcam, $27 after discount and OBS.
Yeah.
You can almost make anything look decent with some of the filters in OBS.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to mention today, especially today, because, well, both of us, didn't you get something today? Weren't you talking to somebody on Facebook?
I was, but
didn't happen?
No, it didn't happen. I talked to them, but when it came time to meet up, they just have not responded back.
What I wanted to tell everybody is keep your eyes open on places like Facebook Marketplace. I guess eBay. I don't use eBay that much, but you can get good deals on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with buying used gear if you're looking to save some money, but you want to upgrade to a little bit better technology, better camera. Scroll the pages, man. I found these headphones today. These are the Bear Dynamic DT990 Pros. They're the 250 ohm. They sell for $179. So call it $180. I got the girl down to $50, but I didn't have change, so I gave her 60. I paid $60 for these today.
Great deal.
And these things are
Great
like
deal.
brand new. There's nothing wrong with them.
Reverb is a great place too. Mike said he did a PodTrack P4 now for mic interface at 149 and did a podcast Tuesday with the OBSBot Meet 4K.
Oh,
very cool.
Did I miss that? Oh yeah, I had scrolled way up in the comments.
Yeah. I'll post it. Hold on a second there. You go.
PodTrack P4. What's up? And now is the PodTrack a interface?
Yeah, for mic interface for $149.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, steal. Dude, seriously. Yeah. I mean, let's just call it 50. I gave her 60 because I didn't have change, but I would have had her down to $50, and they're like brand new. There's nothing wrong with them at all. And the only thing that I noticed is, and Kevin brought it up to me, is I guess it's because they're high impedance. I have to have on the Vocaster hub, I have the volume turned up all the way so that I can hear everything good enough.
So I just now checked my phone. He did message me back while I'm recording, while we're on the live. I'm going to get it tomorrow. I'm going to get the MXL 990 condenser microphone, but it is the Patriot edition. So yeah, cool. It is the red, white, and blue with some stars and with the stars and stripes on it. So I'm excited for that. I'll probably be using that for any time near Labor Day or anytime near a patriotic event, 4th of July. Yeah. That's probably what I'll be using.
It's cool looking. He sent me a picture today.
Yeah.
The Broken Brain, he said, I have a comment. I really appreciate you guys for educating me on podcasting tech. It'll make it easy to find good budget items when I finish remodeling my house. Yep. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And I still want to see your house when it's remodeled, man. I appreciate the pics that you've been sending me, but I want to see that fully remodeled house, man. It's really cool. All right. William May. He says he's waiting to start one, but got to get more info on what to get to ensure the best quality for video or audio. Haven't decided which one I want to do just yet. And that is why we are here.
Yeah.
That is why we're doing this podcast. For anybody who wants to start out podcasting on a budget, that is what we are trying to lend information on, to try to give advice on. You don't have to take our advice, but we're trying to steer people into the right way for some of the best, higher quality podcasting devices, but with a low budget cost. High quality, right. Low cost.
Just checking answering a message real quick with my daughter.
Oh no, not a problem. And Mike is right. It is a steal of a deal for those headphones, man.
I know. That's the only reason I even considered doing it. I really didn't want to spend any money this week. I was like, what? Because the ad said, and it was Facebook Marketplace, it said $80, but I will negotiate with that price. So I just said $50 with a question mark, and she just scooped it right up.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Red Cabin Acoustic says he uses a discarded T5i.
Canon. Yeah, it's a Canon. Yep. There's nothing wrong with that. The T5i works good. T5i, T6i. I have the T7i. I just don't use it because this looks better.
I've never used an actual camera as a webcam. I keep looking at one, and then I'm like, man, the price of them, when I can do pretty close to what one can do. I mean, it's not going to be exactly what a actual camera can do, but I think this camera does a pretty good job. It even gives a little
It's
bit of mirrorless camera because it kind of blurs the background a little
no, it
bit.
looks good. It's like I wanted to say it's good enough, but it's actually a little beyond good enough. It's actually good. It's not
No,
just good enough. You know what I mean?
and I really love your phone because, like, I've been
Yeah.
impressed with your phone ever since I've seen your first podcast, though. So,
Right.
I mean, that after what several months now, it's like beating a dead horse. I love your phone. I love
I
your
know.
phone. I love your phone.
It's like we're always going back and forth. Kevin will be talking about some like this camera when he was doing the review, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I think about getting a dedicated camera all the time for my stuff, and he's like, you don't need it. You don't need it. Just don't even look. And I'm like,
Yeah,
"All right,
it's
okay.
yeah. He's like, I really like that camera. I'm thinking about getting it. I'm like, don't.
Yeah. Kevin's like,
But
don't.
yeah, but if you do, use my code.
Yeah.
Let's see, Broken Brain. Dude, I will be spending the next 2 days in his attic at almost 140 attic degree redoing all the insulation. Oh my God, I do not envy you, dude.
No, not at all.
Do not envy you at all.
What's he
Ooh.
saying? Mike, I'd rather buy another iPhone to use as a webcam than buy another mirror camera after watching Clay on his. Yeah. I mean, it's just do that. Just upgrade when you go get your phone. It doesn't have to. Well, iPhone is seamless. So if that's what you're looking for, then get an iPhone. Mike's got a MacBook, or he's got a Mac. I don't know if he's got a Mac Mini or a MacBook. I think he's got both. But anyway, just do it. Upgrade to the best iPhone. Suck up that payment, and you've got a good camera.
And for years too.
Yeah.
And and I get it, Mike. It's jealousy. We're jealous of your camera, is what it is. Straight up jealousy.
Yeah.
Let's see, live stream. The best budget podcasting setup is your phone for the camera, a $20 wired lav mic that will plug into your phone, and a $15 shop light with a 5006 Kelvin LED bulb and a white shower curtain for diffusion. He is not wrong.
No,
he is not wrong.
Me and Mike talked about this before. You ever seen those can lights?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call them. They're like, and they got the little squeezy clamp, so you can just clamp
I
it
used
anywhere
to use
you want.
one. Yeah,
and
just shine it on the wall.
Buy the right type of LED, like the really white LED lights. Put it in that, and then I didn't do the shower curtain. I just took a white T-shirt and I cut it out to fit over that, and I put rubber bands around it. That was my first time when I was like, I want some good lights. This was going back 8 years ago. That's what I did.
And speaking of this podcast and stuff like that, you may start seeing some DIY stuff here on this podcast. Because that's what we are here to do, is provide you with some budget podcasting ideas to where you're not having to go out and spend a bunch of money on regular lighting or anything like that.
And this is all stuff that we've tried, done, and figured out what works and what doesn't work. We'll also be talking about how we direct light on ourselves in our studios, and other tips that we have for like glasses wearers. You notice that you don't see a whole lot of glare on his glasses, so we'll get into those in future episodes as well.
Let's see.
CFL
do it early in the morning, late at night.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Ahead. No, I was getting with William talking about do it early in the morning or late at night. Best time to do it. I guess he's talking about the attic with.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yep.
The 5600 Kelvin bulb. They're like $15 on Amazon. Yeah, they're not very expensive at all.
No, I mean, for what it costs to buy these big lighting rigs, you know what I mean? And a 5600 daylight LED bulb 2-pack is about $4.
Oh, wow. So, even cheaper than 15.
There's just tons of ways to do this stuff without having to spend a ton of money.
Exactly. And every room is going to be different. Like my
Mm-hmm.
setup, if I was to put my setup in Clay's room, it may not even work. I'd have to
Right.
do something different. Same thing if Clay was to put his setup in my room, it'll be something different because every surface is going to be different. So every surface is going to reflect light a different way. Every light you shine is going to be a different way. There's some things you kind of want to keep things somewhat similar. You kind of want one main light and maybe one fill light, but you need to direct them a certain way.
I'm not even using my fill tonight.
Huh?
There it is. Now I am. See, I lost all the shadowing.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I kind of liked it better without the fill.
Me too. It's a little more personal. Is
Yeah.
that the right word? Like, because it gives that dark side, you know?
Personal, creepy, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
No. I'm joking. I kid.
That's funny.
All
Yeah.
right.
So we'll get into that in future episodes as well, like what we do for lighting, what we do for sound, reverb in the rooms,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's a better descriptive word there.
More
Mike.
cinematic.
More
Yeah.
cinematic. Yeah, that's definitely better descriptive. See, and that's why you're you and we're us. Is
Yeah.
your vocabularies are probably a lot bigger than ours.
Yeah.
So.
He's got to talk to a lot of people all throughout the day. So
that is true. And me personally, I don't like the people very much in person. So
right.
I don't mind this because I'm just talking to a camera and I'm in my own room by myself. So this is fine. Maybe that should be our next episode, though, Clay, is lighting, because
Okay.
we've done microphones, we've done webcams. Now we need to know how to light you so everybody can see you. So first 3 shows are the main things that you need to do for a video podcast. And then maybe after that, we'll talk about what platforms to use while broadcasting. So
yeah,
I like that.
Great topic.
I like that. Just doing that on the fly.
We'll do lighting next. We can do that next week if you want. We've also we've got a list. We're gonna cover boom arms.
We do. Boom arms.
Boom arms. Boom arms. Audio interfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Although what I'm using is not so much a budget one anymore. So
I don't know. What, the Vocaster 2?
Yeah, it's not budget no more.
Did it go back up in price?
I mean, not to me. Yeah, it's like $250.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Look it up right now.
Hold on. The Vocaster. No.
Yeah. I already
Give
saw
me
it.
one second.
I don't need to be proven. I just want you to see it.
It was like $99.
I know.
Not too long ago. Whoa. Oh my God. $249. What is going on with Amazon and their pricing? They went from $99 all the way up to $2. I wonder if it's going up like this.
$249, right?
Yeah, $249.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to be releasing a new model, and this is why it's going up, because this is going to be the OG model.
I don't know. Yeah, Mike, we got a great deal when we got it for $99. The Vocaster.
I got mine for $150. I got mine for $150.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I got it for $100. Well, I got it for $100, but then I had to wait because the first one I got was it was all broken down. Like it was brand new, but it came the physical buttons didn't work. The buttons at the bottom, and all my lights were just pink, solid pink all the time. I sent them a picture, and they're like, "Yeah, that's not supposed to do that."
At least they replaced it, though.
Yeah,
At least they replaced it. Let's see. Ooh, Kevin, the blue brings out the blue in your eyes, the shine in your hand, and the pink line. Crispy. Look at Crispy. Crispy got jokes. William, if you are talking to me, I will be starting in the AM, but will be busting to hopefully get it done one day, because Saturday the outside temp will be about 105 attic temperature. You definitely don't want to overheat yourself, and stay hydrated, my man. Stay hydrated.
Somebody would like to say hi to everybody, if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And She definitely wants to say hi to Mike.
Hi.
That is my daughter, my 10-year-old CJ.
Hi, CJ. How's it going?
He said hi.
Hi.
All right.
Very cool. Let's see. All right. We're going to start wrapping this thing up. So let's get to these final comments real quick. They had to get people to start buying it. So we would start talking about how awesome it is, and no one's buying. No one is going, and no one's going to buy it at that price. Let's see.
No, not when they knew it was cheaper for a little bit. They're going to be like, what? No, I ain't buying that. But it's worth it now that I know.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's so much worth it. Live stream consultant says,
Mike said hi.
uses the Behringer Xenix 302 USB mic mixer at home and a $26 Taiwan mixer. Mixer.
Taiyun, yeah. Bark talked about those. There was one that Bark showed that was like $12, and it was a 2 XLR input interface, and it sounded great for like $12.99 or something like that. It was crazy.
Very cool. Let's see. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate all the time you put into your work. Thank you very much. And I do think
that Chris said hi too.
Yes.
Yeah, we are at our 1 hour.
Yep. And this is right where we want to keep it. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank everybody for all your input. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate all the interaction. And we will see you next week. So for Clay, I am Kevin saying, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
Good night, guys.